There are now tens of thousands of large language models, which are incredibly expensive to compute, need vast sums of data, and yet still it's accelerating faster than we've ever seen before. That is resulting in this plethora of AI tools. These AI tools can solve any productivity issue, whether it's in your personal life or whether it's in your business life. Well, change is actually incredibly difficult. And so, both in business and in life, we're constantly fighting this change, and everyone talks about it. I've spent probably a career of fighting this technological revolution. And in this revolution, I've learned how to build this modern tech. I kind of learned my way in the days of Google, working as a product manager, and we're all trying to figure out how to unlock the world of digital. And then when you leave Google, you tend to go to places like a bank. But it was amazing because in a bank, there are so many problems. And at Barclays, I got to actually spend at least 3 years working with 780 people, all resistant to change. And in that time, we were able to literally turn the organization around. But it took a revolution again. So I kept seeing this rebel term float more and more. If you want to make technology really work in an organization, you need to think of it like a rebel would, because pain is associated to the change. And you need to do a lot of effort around the political willpower. You need to be focused around the investments that need to be made. It's a lot of pain. And so we need to think of it like a revolution. And so to make technological change, I always look for other rebels. And so I've been committing most of my life to really two things. The first one is, how do I find other rebel technologists, people who are willing to tackle this revolution of adding technology to a business problem and solving it quickly? The second, which is something it feels like it's really taken grip of the world over the last year, but it's been around for 57 years, is the world of AI. My focus right now is to help every single business adopt AI. There is such a huge opportunity for society. And so when I look at myself, what do I see? I see that rebel technologist, scarred, battle-ridden, looking for others to join my revolution. Well, especially in the era of AI, we've all heard of the term, it is not AI that will disrupt humans and society, but it'll be the humans that use AI to disrupt others who are not. And so that's becoming a very plausible term that we're seeing more and more. Where to start? How do we start this disruption? Most businesses don't want to change because of the pain that's involved. So they're looking for a return on investment. That in return needs to be a tenfold return, because the pain they're going to face is vast. This moment in time is bringing on a huge ability for us to use AI to get that tenfold improvement. And that tenfold improvement is really coming through productivity. And so this disruption that we're seeing, this fear of being disrupted, is truly being empowered by one technology, and that technology is artificial intelligence. In order to be able to future-proof your organization, you need to know what's going to happen in the future. Previously, businesses spent 5 to 10 years literally planning ahead. Well, what will the next 5 years look like? How will we put plans in for the next 10 years? I'd love to go back and speak to those businesses that had a 10-year plan that was put in place 5 years ago. I bet that plan is extremely different. The objectives might have been reached, but how they achieve those objectives are going to be vastly different. And we're only seeing an acceleration of that. In fact, what we're seeing is if you've got a plan to deploy AI in your business over the next 3 years, well, that's just too slow. You need to be thinking about what you can do in the next year. Now, if you're going to really look forward, the only real light that we're starting to see that is going to be for certain are two things, and the combination of those two. The first is every human will end up having their own personalized AI. It will be as ubiquitous as a mobile phone in all our pockets. Now, if every human is going to have their own AI, then every business will have its own AI. And it might start with a proliferation of AI doing different things, different models, different tools within the organization, but over time, it'll amalgamate into one AI source, one large language model for that business. And so if we know that each individual will each have their own AI, how does that impact the world of marketing? How do we market as businesses now to personalized AIs? How do our personalized AIs know what's good for us and what products it could be purchasing for us? It becomes an incredibly exciting time. Picture all those to-do lists that you used to have to get your head around, plan for the day, and whoever executed those to-do lists were deemed successful. Well, actually, AI will now do those to-do lists for you. And if AI is doing those to-do lists, if you're the business on the other end of it, how are you responding? How are you automating those experiences? It's no longer about building fabulous experiences for humans, but building fabulous experiences for humans and their AI counterparts. So, speed. Speed is possibly the number one, not just by a few centimeters when crossing that finish line, but it is meters ahead of every other challenge. What artificial intelligence is proving to us is that not only is the technology accelerating faster than we've ever seen before, in fact, it's no longer Moore's law, but Moore's snail pace law. 18 months for processing power to double, that's way too slow. When you add software engineering into the space, you're doubling that pace of output or the pace of innovation. Now, we're adding artificial intelligence, multiply that by 1,000-fold over. We're already seeing it with the number of large language models that are in the market. There are now tens of thousands of large language models, which are incredibly expensive to compute, need vast sums of data, and yet still it's accelerating faster than we've ever seen before. That is resulting in this plethora of AI tools. These AI tools can solve any productivity issue, whether it's in your personal life or whether it's in your business life. And so speed is the big differentiator. And so if we know that AI is going to disrupt us, and it's not going to be our business being disrupted by AI, but another human or another business, the question is, how fast is your business moving? How fast is your business adapting to this change? Have you got your data assets in check and ready to be consumed by AI? Do you understand the problems that you need to solve? I'm so passionate about the speed of change. I've developed a one-day course to get you started in one day because it's no longer about waiting years to make the change, to take that first step. It's no longer about waiting months when you've been to an event or gone to a workshop and you're back at work and you know you have months to respond. Why? Because it's not the Googles or the Facebooks that are going to disrupt you. It's not the industry. It's the competitor that is literally your neighbor. What have they been doing? Well, whatever they've been doing, they started yesterday. Have you started yet? Speed is hands down the biggest challenge for businesses. I really hope that the audience starts to move now. The audience stops saying, yes, but, and switches to, well, AI can do that. The markets really are changing incredibly quickly. I hope that businesses step aside after a keynote of mine, look deeply at their data assets, look deeply at the processes, really understand the impact that AI will have on every role in their business, and they take action now. There's no longer time to wait, because AI is not coming. It is here.